I was in a local restaurant. I won't say where or what town, but a local restaurant, and there were a couple hats that were red in nature with white lettering, and I'm like sitting there all Nike'd out with my jeans rolled up and my Nike shoes on, and I was like, man, I really don't belong here. Like, I just sat there, like, ate my food. It was like, I probably shouldn't be here, so I'm just gonna be quiet. I'm gonna eat, and I'm gonna get the fuck out of here because I was not about it. What's up, everybody? This is the On the Brink podcast, and I am Matt Brinker, Colby Likens, and we have Larry Dickens, Jones Dickens,
whatever you want to call me.
Actually, Larry Jones goes by Larry Dickens is the rap name. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to ask you to give me a quick, I don't know, minute, 2-minute introduction, who you are, where you're from, what you do.
Yo, I'm Larry Dickens. I'm your favorite rapper. You just don't even know it yet.
Ooh.
Basically, I spit hard bars. I'm from Waverly, Ohio. I've been out of town for a minute, just recently moved back. You can find me on everything at Larry Dickens Rap.
Can you explain your Twitter name to me right now?
So,
your current Twitter name?
Oh,
so what is his current Twitter name?
Jitswad Gumlord. So I was.
See, I did a little bit of research on this guy.
You watching Practical Jokers at all?
No,
You don't watch
I've seen some of it, but not
watch it at all. They're going through like a roll call, and he's calling off like people's names for job interviews.
Yeah.
And it's just like a completely fake list, and he's like Jitswad Gumlord, and everybody just freaks out.
I figured there had to be some kind of a backstory to it.
Yeah.
But I just saw that today. I was like looking through your social and trying to find something about you, and
My social security?
No, not social security.
I haven't been able to keep up with that. Like a bunch of like rappers and stuff, they'll always change their names to something that's like current, and it just gets your attention. And it's like really smart on a marketing standpoint.
Yeah, it is. Now, are you the one that did the wagon wheel tweet, or was that somebody else I'm thinking
No, that
of?
was Wilson.
Okay, all right. I wasn't sure who
that
that
was Wilson.
Because I actually went looking for that today, and I was like, man, who was that?
Yeah.
But I thought it was you, but it was Wilson, so
Good
my
old
bad.
Wilson raps.
I am going to refrain from talking about any gear, except I do want to pimp these out to people. And Roland, if you watch that, he's going to make fun of me for this. But, dude, I don't know if you guys know about, like, blue light and, like, blue light keeping you awake and, like, being bad to your eyes and all that.
Yeah.
Are those glasses?
These are blue light blocking glasses that I bought just off Amazon. They're like, obviously, this isn't sponsored or anything like that because we ain't that big yet. Hey, Aidan, random
Sponsored
note,
by
you make sure the
Tito's.
green light's on that top microphone. It's not cool. Awesome. Sorry.
Okay.
Anyways, I have slept the past 6 nights, except for last night. I was up super late for some reason. But I've slept super, super well.
Noticed from your tweets.
Yeah, dude.
We haven't really spoken in a while.
No, but like I've been so busy doing stuff, man, and like normal, and like I mean, I've slept so well, and I'm a person who's constantly looking at screens. I mean, I've been on a screen all day. I've been shooting all day. I've been on my phone all day. I've been showing videos to clients all day. I'm going to film this with you guys. This is probably the least I'll look at the screen for the next hour.
Yeah.
But then I'm going to go home and I'm going to look at the screen solid for 3 hours until I go to sleep. But I've always had trouble like falling asleep and staying asleep, and these things have helped a ton, I think. So just if you have like problems or you're looking at screens constantly, these bitches are awesome. That's unofficial sponsor number 1. These bitches are great.
If you have eyes, try them.
Try them. I dig it. Unofficial sponsor number 2, thank you again, as always, to 6 Cents Brewing for allowing us to film in here. Thank you to our owners for being awesome. Larry was commenting on the space.
Yes, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Very aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah.
Nice, roomy.
Yes.
Lots of beers.
So this is Larry approved. Everybody give a thumbs up.
Larry approved.
I don't give thumbs up. I do peace signs.
All right, well,
always.
there's a thumbs up anyways. Peace signs only over here. Oh, there's a thumbs up.
I'm like, it's
What?
6 cents. I gotta give him a
Okay.
thumbs up.
This week we are drinking Ambiguity, which is a amber ale. When customers ask me what it is, I usually when customers come in and they don't really know a lot about craft beer, I will usually direct them towards either number 1, number 2, or it's usually number 3. But right now it's number 7 because they are all craft beers. They're all made locally, but they're not like super crafty beery. Like they're not going to scare you off. And this is one that's really good entry point to the market for people who like beer, or if you like a Yingling or something like that, this is something you can drink too. It's a good entry point to the market. It's really easily drinkable. It's not super high ABV. It's just really easy to drink, and I like it, and hopefully you all like it. And cheers. Thank you, as always, for being here, Colby.
I'm trying to cheers. All right.
And thanks for being on here, Larry. Gotta tap it before you drink it, buddy.
Cheers.
Is there anything else?
That stuff's really good. I like that.
I like it a lot too, man. What do you think?
It's great. Absolutely great.
Don't lie to me. You can tell us how. You can tell us how terrible it is.
No, listen, man. I'm a liquor guy, but for a beer, it's growing on me. I think.
All right, cool. I'm also no liquor person, but now here's the question with you two, because y'all hang out a good amount, right?
Yeah. We hang out all the time.
Okay. Oh, and then this will go up tomorrow night, so we'll go ahead and pimp it out now while we're at it. You both have a show this weekend, right? Do you not, or is it just?
Yeah.
So I don't have one this weekend. I just had one last week.
Okay, he had one last weekend. All right, but you have a show this weekend.
Yeah, I've got
Colby.
a show this Sunday, and it's down at the Ivy Social here in Jackson, Ohio.
You know where it's at.
Right there.
Yeah, I know. leaning in for the close-ups.
There we go. All right, there we go. We got it.
He's gonna go and post and purposely not put a close up in
there.
Right now.
No, I'll cut it. Like zoom in on his face hard, like cut into him, like punch in hard.
Yeah.
All right, so where's the show at?
So the show's at the Ivy Social Salon just down the street here in Jackson, Ohio on Main Street. If you guys get a chance, it starts at 6:30. I'm gonna be right here at 4 o'clock. Drinking some beer until the show starts.
Brewing.
So come down to 6 Cents Brewing, drink some beer. Then afterwards, we'll crawl our way up to Ivy Social and play some music.
Yep.
It's going to be like Fever War. Sorry.
Oh, no, go ahead. No,
it's
go
like
ahead.
Fever War, What If When We Die We Scatter, Tori, Ace, Riggs, and myself. So it's going to be a pretty good time. I'm really excited. So.
It's a lot of people.
Yeah, I'm going to be there. We're going to raffle off my dreads at like 7:30. Tickets are going to be $3 a pop.
Are we gonna cut? We're gonna cut them. We're gonna cut the dreads off and raffle
No,
them.
you just have
just own
ownership.
them.
Yeah, you just own them.
No, I want actual physical possession of them. Like, I don't want like philosophical ownership. I want physical possession.
Okay. The first ticket out gets their dread.
Gets a dread.
Gets a dread.
A
But
dread.
everybody else just gets ownership.
All right, cool.
Of the dread.
And you got tomorrow night, though, you've got your radio show, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I was gonna ask you about that. Good. Yeah, good. I was gonna ask you about that.
Yep, Lort Radio every Wednesday at 9 o'clock. We're usually fashionably late, and we usually start at about 9:30. We spin local artists.
Y'all were actually early today, by the way.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm on that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's sick. It's just me and Ty.
Okay.
T-Rugs, T-Rigs, whatever you want to call them.
Rugs, rigs, whatever.
We just basically spin local artists. Every week we spotlight a different artist, give them a phone interview, shout them out, spin their music.
Cool.
Sick. If you want to be on Lort Radio, send your radio submissions to LarryDickensRap@gmail.com.
This man is a seasoned professional over here. I like it.
Yep.
I'm glad you said that, because I actually, in looking at your social and all that, I was like, oh yeah, you do stuff like this regularly.
Yeah.
Of course, radio. I don't think you have any video to it
Not
as well.
yet, yeah.
But yeah. But if you want it, hey, chaboy.
Oh, that'd be sick.
Chaboy. Or we have the fantastic Aidan Massie Media back on the ones and twos and threes here.
Huge shout out to him again for coming out, man. We appreciate that. And also, like, the shares and stuff that you've done, I really appreciate that. So
that's the last thing I'll say, just kind of housekeeping before we get into our topic, is like, I don't know, I mean, we talk about it and the importance of like helping each other out and supporting each other, but like, I don't think people realize, and people are so stingy anymore. Even myself, I'm guilty of it too. Like, I'm stingy with likes and shares and things. I want to be something I care about, or I'm stingy, man. I don't want to just.
If someone looks like they look better than they did in their last picture, I'm gonna like it.
Just
because I want people to feel good.
I'm more stingy with shares, I guess, than I am likes.
Yeah, I get that.
Same.
Yeah.
I am too.
Yeah.
I am.
But like, I think, we're trying to do something here, and this is just still on the ground floor. This is the 6th episode, which is kind of even crazy to think about.
It's crazy. It's been, dude, before we know it, we're gonna be into the next year.
Yeah. And that's, we've got what, 3 more, and then we're already, actually, no, the other one's gonna be, are we gonna do one New Year's? Oh, we gotta figure that out.
The only thing is, New Year's Eve, I'm gonna have to work.
We'll figure that out. Yeah.
Liquor store,
because liquor problems.
Everybody's got to drink on New Year's Eve.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, including me.
Everybody's got to drink all the time, Colby.
Yeah.
Anyways, last bit of housekeeping is like, I want everybody that watches this to know that we do appreciate any likes and shares and comments that you guys get. I try to respond to everybody, or get feedback, or just interact.
If they're on like your stuff, it's harder for me to see it. So I try to respond to that stuff, but more if it's on mine.
Yeah, because we appreciate it, man. Like every time you guys share, like, you don't know who you know that might be able to help us grow, or that might see it and like need to hear what we talked about that day. Exactly. And I think that's the important thing is, and this is that segue into the actual topic is, you don't really know who needs what you're doing, and that's one reason that I keep wanting to do this. Like today, I'm tired, I'm exhausted. You said you didn't feel good today. like there's so many things that can go wrong in a day. We film this at 6 p.m. Like a million
At this
things.
point in the day, this is kind of when people are getting off work.
Yeah.
They're frustrated. They're stopping by my liquor store.
Yeah, to get their handle and go.
Get their handle.
But like, it's just important to keep pushing through and to do stuff, and that's why we keep doing this right now. And we just appreciate any likes and shares and comments you guys give us.
Absolutely.
So just wanted to acknowledge that. It does not go unnoticed. It's Pled.
There's the hair.
Yeah.
I don't know where that came
Not
from.
to mention,
Dogs.
I mean, I booked like the last 10 of my shows that I think I've done now were booked through me just putting videos on the internet.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, you never know
Shares.
who needs what you
Yeah.
got. So show them what you got.
Yeah.
I was looking today, and I was like, that. Whenever I put out therapy on Facebook or whatever,
Yeah.
I looked at the comments on it and the likes compared to how many shares. There were 143 shares on that, and it was like people who I've never seen support my music before.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's just weird to see people doing that
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
general. So we really appreciate that. That comes from the On High stuff. That comes from the Matt Brinker production. That comes from Larry Dickens raps. That comes from
Give me my clout.
On the Brink. That and 6 Cents.
That word, man,
all
clout,
of
that word
us
clout.
here.
Sorry.
The word clout.
Sorry, 6 cents.
But we all appreciate just everything that you're doing, and that's why we're doing what we're doing, is to kind of help each other out and help out
Yep.
the world and just.
Yep. That's what this whole thing is for. And now we probably just gave away all of our reasons for our topic for the day. Who came up with the topic this week? Was that you, or is that both
It
you
was
guys?
me. I don't know.
Two
I
in
think
a
it was
row.
me. Yeah,
Was it
dude.
really?
Sorry. Yeah. No, Joey came over last week.
Oh, but Joey pitched it to you to intro, though. You want to intro this one? You want me to intro this one?
You can go ahead. Dude.
Okay. I already talk enough, man. Dude, watching back last week, I was like, I talked way too much.
I thought
man.
I spoke too much last week.
It's all right.
I thought
It
that
was
was the
good.
first time I actually spoke that
You
much,
did speak a lot last week compared to normal. I appreciate it. But Colby, and interruption. Colby pitched it to me earlier today while I was out and about that he wanted to talk about why we don't give up and why we don't quit and why we keep doing what we're doing. And I think that's definitely a very deep, personal question that goes a lot deeper than just like likes and shares and blah, 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 and I want to make money. Like, all those things matter to me, and I think they matter to you guys too, but just like there are so many things that keep me going that on a day-to-day basis, man. Like, it might be like today, I had a job I had to finish up, and I didn't want to be over there this morning filming this stuff, but it's a job I have to finish. I'm contracted to do it. They're paying me well to do it. And I want that paycheck because I have things I want to buy. With that paycheck, they're going to help me to improve the production quality of this and everything I make in the future. And that's my short-term motivation. And I'll save the long-term motivation for you guys. But I guess the first question would be like, do you have a difference in short-term and long-term? What are some short-term things that keep you guys going? Like today even, to come do this, or to go to do your radio show tomorrow, or to go into the liquor store and be happy and give people a nice experience when buying their booze or buying their whatever they get there, snacks or whatever it may be. Like, what are the short-term things that keep you guys going?
Okay. Yeah, I feel that. So basically, now at this point, I guess the short-term things that really keep me going, I guess basically my short-term goals and my long-term goals are one and the same, because like we said earlier, it's really all about who you know.
Yep.
So my short-term goals are just, continuously putting out music,
Yep.
For new ears to hear, and then in turn, that'll play a great part of my long-term goals.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
That's something you mentioned a second ago I was going to say, but I forgot about it until you said it again, is I put out a video this morning, and I believe someone who saw the video, it's a drone clip I filmed back in July.
Yeah.
And I just loved it because it was like a nice, cool, foggy morning in West
It was
Virginia.
a beautiful clip. Check that out. I really saw
Yeah,
it. It was
dope.
beautiful.
It was really sweet.
Thanks, peeps. There's the first one. Anyways, there are birds in it, and that's what I really love, is like the birds flying with the drone, and they're chasing the drone down. Anyways, I put that out, and this afternoon I had a couple people DM me and like, yo, hey, can you do this for me and that for me? And they're completely unrelated stuff, but just constantly being in the forefront of their mind by putting out content
Exactly.
and being consistent with it, I think helps you get short-term and long-term where you want to go. And so that was like, okay, I need to be churning out more content for myself when I saw that happen today. So how about you? Short-term things.
Well, I mean, just to get up every day, I think.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, years ago, it was so difficult for me to get up. Even a year ago, it was so difficult for me just to get up every day. I mean, you guys know how life is sometimes.
Yeah.
And it just like, I don't know.
You can work your mic a little more, by the way.
Yeah, my bad. And
It's okay.
this year, it's just, I don't know. It's much easier to get up every day and just go to work because, I mean, I've loved pretty much every job I've ever had, but this one, like, I don't know. I go and I work at a liquor store, and it's easy in terms of the actual work. I like a challenge, so I try to instead just get to know all the people. And I was like making a list of all these customers the other day that I want to give Christmas cards to.
Yeah.
Just the ones that I know their name. And how many people were on that list? It was like, it was a lot.
A lot.
Too many. So many. And I was like, I didn't realize I knew this many of them, like, personally. Like, well.
It was at least all the letters of the alphabet twice.
Jeez.
Yeah.
52.
Yeah. Wow. Math is hard.
But
Math is hard.
But yeah, and I think for music, honestly, the reason that I brought this topic up is because it seems like every few months I just get to a point where I just want to quit so bad with everything that's in me. Because
you told me not long ago you were thinking about quitting music.
Yeah, dude, all the time.
I remember just kind of brushing it off, but that was my way of dealing with it. It's like, nah, dude, like, nah, you're not. You've come too far to give it up right now.
It's just really frustrating, you know, like you Well, I don't know. I'm kind of going off topic there.
No,
but,
go ahead.
No,
but it's frustrating. You know, you work at something for a really long time. You put out quality content, and you just don't see any return. You know, I can go to. I used to play shows, and there would be 300 people there, and sometimes, you know, the next day you'd play a show, and there was nobody there.
Yep.
And it's the same thing now, but man, sometimes it just feels like I'm not seeing
You're not getting any traction.
Yeah.
You're putting in the same amount or more work, but you're getting no traction.
And I know a lot more, and like I'm putting out higher quality content, and it just feels like nothing.
No, I resonate with that very strongly because, and I was actually thinking about it. That's why when you told me about the topic, I was like, yeah, it's a good topic because I've been kind of in my feels today because, like, I just finished a big project yesterday. I delivered it to the client, and he loved it. And we shared it, put it on Facebook, and it's got like a couple thousand views on it.
That's sick.
But like a year ago, I would have been pumped about that. And a couple thousand views right now, I'm like,
I feel that.
Like, like, whoa, is it bad? Like, you know, there's not that many shares, there's not that many likes. Like, there's other reasons why, but like, it's easy to get discouraged. I started thinking about it. Like, I'm putting in more work and more effort to do stuff to get less results now. But it's almost when you're starting something fresh. Like this time last year is when I had a lot of momentum. And when you're starting something new and fresh, people want to support you and they want to help you and they want to give you that like or that share or whatever. And it's like nobody has it better than like young, attractive people.
Yeah. Shouts out to me.
Yeah. Shout out to you. Because like young, attractive people get all the benefit of the doubt. They get all the likes, all the shares, all the stuff. Like, especially, I mean, girls do too. That's just horny dudes hitting on them or something like that. But like, even young, attractive dudes do too. Like, they are seen, and it's the halo effect.
Yeah.
It's pretty people are perceived as more intelligent, more successful, and all that. And it's just the way it is. And unfortunately, but I'm doing more work now than I was, but I'm getting less results out of it.
PSA world, you can be smart and ugly, just in case you didn't know.
I did not know that. Damn it.
There it is.
I learn something new every day. But like, the weird thing for me though is, and I kind of touched on it last week, I think, was I'm getting more results, like personal hand-to-hand combat type results. I might not be like doing something huge social media wise right now, or feel like I am, like I was, but like hand-to-hand combat with people day to day talking about business or what the impact of the podcast was or that video or like, oh, that was beautiful or whatever it is. Like, I'm getting more of that now.
I agree. Same thing on this end.
Yeah. You experience that at all? Like more interpersonal relationship and less social media, or?
I mean, a little.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot, though.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think.
See, Larry just recently started back on his stuff.
Yeah, it's
I
been.
feel like he's got a lot of momentum right now.
It's been, right now, the momentum for me.
You're in the beginning.
Yeah, no, the momentum. Well, see, I did it like 2 years ago. So I started like 2 years ago. I did a couple shows and then I just kind of quit. And then like this year, like 4 months ago, like we did a show at the Ivy.
Yep.
And then after
That's the first time I ever saw you was there.
Yeah, we did a show at the Ivy. Yeah, that was that day. That got recorded. That got 6,000 views on the internet, and some guy saw it and was like, "Yo, come do this show." And then next thing you know, 2 weeks later, me, Colby, and Riggs are on a show with Cali Swag District, which is Teach Me How to Doug you guys. Yeah, and it was that was sick. And then
How
ever
did I not
since
hear
then,
about this, or did I hear about this
You
and
did.
just like did it go
You were
through one
busy.
ear?
I was probably at the bar.
Oh, okay.
yeah, dude, and ever since then, it's been like serious momentum. Like the show we just did, well, the show I just did last Friday was with Frenchie from Brick Squad.
Okay.
And then next month I've got a show with Montana 300, and I've
Oh,
got
yeah.
my first New York show.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was so sick.
He's,
We've,
so he's like
pumped up
he's
for
got
that.
he's got the oh this is completely off topic by the way.
Yeah.
But dude, Nazir, I think it's Nazir, Portugal, is where the biggest wave in the world was ever surfed. And there's a YouTuber named John Olson that I follow who went there to surf it. And then coincidentally this week, the Red Bull YouTube channel has put out like a couple videos of them surfing these waves. And dude, it is absolutely incredible to watch this shit. And like the cinematography is great too.
Yeah.
They've got like 4 or 5 drones out over these guys in the ocean, and there's a bunch of guys out surfing these waves. And literally to get on the wave and then get out of the water and not die,
Yeah.
they have to have like a team of like 6 to 8 jet skis out there to pick them
Yeah,
up.
dude, it's sketch. It's really
nuts, but
crazy.
dude, it is so cool. And like, I was gonna say he's riding a big wave of momentum right now. Like that's what
riding the big wave.
dude, I would love it if someone could like Photoshop like him on a surfboard on
Do
like a
it.
big ass wave in Portugal. Like,
You-
yeah. We need to get him on a green
now
screen.
somebody get to it. You know.
Yeah, we need him on a green screen. Like just
This is
on
the
that
internet.
wave.
All you got to do is ask, man.
Yeah, but we
Yeah.
need a green screen though, bro.
It's
Like, I don't have a
crazy.
green
You ever
screen.
get on some of those Reddit things and
Oh,
it's
yeah.
just like somebody Photoshop me in front of the Eiffel Tower and then they do it. And then someone will Photoshop like something else and you're just like, man, they'll take it so far.
Oh, so far. That's what my favorite videos to watch on the internet are like PewDiePie and Jenna Marbles
Yeah,
like
I watch
reacting to like
PewDiePie.
Dude, I thought
like
you were gonna
Reddit
say-
things like of them fans making stuff about them.
Subscribe
gonna say,
PewDiePie.
like,
What?
one of
Subscribe to PewDiePie.
he's hyping him up.
Yes. Screw T-Series.
Yeah, there's a
You ever
war.
watch those videos where it's like they want to speed up every time it says something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I watched an entire video of Alexander Hamilton, Hamilton the play, but it speeds up every time that they say Alexander Hamilton. Dude, it was ridiculous.
What do you like?
It took a while too. It was
Yeah.
really a long time to watch it.
I
It's
thought
on
they
YouTube.
said this more.
So, anyways, you're riding a big wave of momentum, and Colby and I feel like we're
Just
like,
watching Hamilton
watching
videos that are
Hamilton
sped
videos.
up. That's how I
I
feel.
was up. Part of the reason why I was up so late, I know why I was up so late. I ran across this Netflix documentary that was about. It was called The American Meme. The American Meme, or like the U.S. meme. And it was about like the rise of social media stars, and it was like the rise of social media, like Brittany Furlan and like all the Vine stars. They're like their rise, and then not necessarily fall, but like what they're dealing with now. Like a lot of them went through like Paris Hilton, dude. Like Paris Hilton, and watching that was actually really cool because like when I was growing up, Paris Hilton was like the hot thing. Like, yeah, that's hot.
I was just about to say,
that's
yeah.
hot.
That's
like,
hot.
with her dog and like wearing no
But
clothes.
that was
all
when it was like reality TV.
Yeah,
And
Flavor
that was like the
Flav
focus.
Yes.
and like it.
And I
Yeah, dude.
tweeted it last night. Do you know that Kim K was an intern for Paris Hilton?
Was
No.
she?
Kim K was an intern for her. It said it on the documentary. They could be lying, but they said it on the documentary last night that Kim K was an intern for Paris Hilton, and that it was no surprise to anybody that knew Paris Hilton
What
why
is-
Kim K got famous.
What is okay? So
Well, also her
how
family
are you an
too.
intern?
So.
Okay, so I don't even know what Paris Hilton does. So
She's
like
just
how?
famous.
Yeah. So
She's
how
hot
are you
and
an
famous.
intern for someone?
She's also hot and slightly famous, but gets coffee and dry
Whack.
cleaning.
whack.
Whack. His
Straight
clothes,
whack.
Stance, whack.
That's all. I don't know though. I mean, there's and that same concept of reality TV just transferred over to like Vine, YouTube,
Vine first,
and that
and
stuff.
then YouTube, and Instagram,
Yeah.
and
Rip
Facebook now
Vine.
too. Yeah, R.I.P. Vine.
It's
You
crazy.
think Vine will ever come back, dude? Like
I don't
Vine
know,
2?
man. I wasn't really up on Vine. Like I was on it.
I was on
used it.
but I didn't realize what was going on when it was
No,
happening.
dude, we were too old.
Yeah.
You and I were too old. That's
Says
honestly.
the guy who's 4.5 years younger than me.
Yeah.
When's
yeah,
your
so that
birthday?
means you're super too old.
When's your birthday?
March.
When's your
God.
birthday?
March. What day?
All the whole month.
No.
All of my birthday.
You don't get a whole month. No one
Yeah.
gets a whole month.
You can donate to my charitable cause
Isn't it
on
like
Facebook.
the first half of the month, though, right?
What is it?
It's the first half of the month,
Yeah.
correct?
Are you gonna try to guess it or something?
No, I already know kind of where it is. Anyways, doesn't matter.
Okay.
All right, so
I
that's
was
another
like, where are you going
yeah.
with this? Why are we talking
That's
about my
another long
birthday?
Part of the reason why we get along was we're both Pisces.
Yeah, we are both.
Yes.
Pisces.
Anyways.
Yeah, I forgot
Gross.
about that.
Yeah. So long tangent.
Gross.
Long tangent. Bring it back to what we were talking about. I think short term for me, like my short-term things that keep me motivated are the people that reach out here and there. You know, I might not know who's going to see this podcast or who's going to give a shit about it or whatever, but there might be something we say here. It might be entertainment. It might be relatability. It might be actual wisdom or something that comes out of it. That's what motivates me to continue to do things. In the short term that's like the bigger, grander short-term thing. But also, like, I know the more I put out, as long as it's good, the more I put out, the more I get. Period.
Exactly.
Period.
Yeah.
Like, the more good stuff I put on the internet for people to see, the more comes to me, always.
Yeah.
And that's part of this. That's part of pimping out you guys and pimping out everybody who's been on here, and pimping out Six Sense Brewing, and like, you know. And then I selfishly want to make this look really pretty and nice because, like, it's kind of my thing, man. Like, I like lighting and I like the podcast. I like knowing how to use audio. And like I want to look good because I know that's going to reflect on my production business that I want to expand on as we go forward. So that's also kind of a grander short-term goal. Is just the action, though. The short-term action is what matters to me because there are short-term results and short-term things that come back.
And it's reaction a lot of the time, too.
Yeah.
It's reaction to something else.
Exactly.
So then, is there something big or like philosophical or I'll start this one off just to kind of set the precedent.
I'm going to drink the rest of this beer.
I have a tattoo on my right shoulder that says, "Doubt me, then watch me." And I don't talk about it much, but it's up here, and I got it for a reason. But my big overarching kind of thing of life is I've always had a chip on my shoulder, always. And maybe it's because I'm the youngest of four, maybe it's, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because I was homeschooled or I was the gymnast that got picked on. But I've always had a chip on my shoulder, and I've always wanted to prove people wrong and be the best at everything that I do. And I constantly like just better. And I've always been that way at everything I do. And it doesn't matter what it is, like better, which is also is very mentally and emotionally exhausting.
Yeah.
Which is why I've learned here recently to kind of back off of that a little bit, but still have that in the back of my mind. Like, I want everything to be better, but also you have to be patient because things are going to come when they come, and it's not going to come immediately. So kind of my overarching like life philosophy, one of the things is I want you to doubt me, and I want to prove you wrong, and I want to do better after that. And that's also not just a statement to you or to anybody watching. Yeah. It's also a statement to myself. And I don't see that tattoo very often because it's on my shoulder back up here. And I can't really see it.
I've never seen it before.
Yeah, but it's on there, and I'll see it, or I'll remember I've got that tattoo for a reason. And it was because I want to remind myself every single day to, if I doubt myself, to do better and to prove myself wrong and to get up the next day and do it again. Like, you're going to fail, you're going to screw up, you're going to make mistakes, and dear Lord, I've made my fair share of them in life. But then you start to doubt yourself after that, but then get up, try again, do better.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where I am. I don't know if there's anything like that you guys can relate to in your life. But
Yeah, absolutely, dude. I've got a couple quotes on me that I live by.
All right.
Yeah. I've got a "Do you feel real?" quote. It just says "Do you feel real?" tattooed on me.
You think we're in the Matrix?
No. I just feel like for a long time I didn't really feel anything. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And then finally I got to a point where I felt like I was actually becoming myself, and I was becoming,
Yep.
what I needed to be,
Yep.
and what I needed to be to move forward and progress. And
Yep.
and that plays a big part in that.
No, I've been there.
Yeah.
Like, you almost feel like sometimes you're in a simulation, just like grinding the gears. Wake up,
we are in a simulation.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Elon.
There's Colby again.
Elon.
God, we are going to
We
in a
can be his
simulation.
intern. Yeah, we can be his intern. Elon Musk. Internship.
If you ever see this,
It is
please.
Elon. Paris. Kim. Internship.
There we go.
How about you, Colby? You got anything like that?
All tons of
It could
stuff,
be
man.
tattoo. It could be just
Like-
experience. It could be anything like that.
Yeah, I've got I was gonna
I've
say
got
Aquaman,
Aquaman.
dude. Aquaman's what keeps me alive, bro.
He's always blowing
every
bubbles,
day,
dude.
man.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I would say that's what keeps
What?
me going, man. Yeah, I've got a
Can I get a
tattoo.
backstory on this?
Well, yeah. Whenever I was 17, maybe I was 18. I was in a band, and it was Ohio and High, and we were in the studio, and we needed a name for a song, and so we were like, oh, let's just name it Aquaman for the win, because we kept making
For
all
the
these
win.
Aquaman jokes, and so one of my best friends, I was best friends with everybody that was in the band, and he was obsessed with it because he sang like most of the vocals on the song. It was like the one song he sang a lot of vocals on. So he was obsessed with that song. He's like, I'm gonna dress up as Aquaman for Halloween. He was like super obsessed with Aquaman, and like I just kind of like rolled my eyes and went along with it and laughed at Aquaman. And then like that next summer came around and he passed away.
Okay.
And so like it was just like Aquaman for me from there on out. And that was like the same year they announced that Aquaman movie. So I've been so pumped up for this Aquaman
Dude, that Aquaman movie looks kind of dope. Like, I'm not really into superhero movies at all, but like it looks pretty dope.
I'm so excited. I've been waiting for literally 7 years for this movie to come out.
It's been in production that long?
Yeah, it's been rumored to be a movie for that long.
Oh, wow.
They hired him on in like 2012, Jason Momoa, so...
Yeah,
I mean, maybe 13. It's been a while.
I only know him from Game of Thrones, but that dude's
he's a fantastic writer, and like...
That's my dad.
Everything about his... I wish you... No, my dad's awesome.
Really?
I'm pretty happy with my dad. I wish he was like an extra brother. Like, I don't want to replace anybody, but I'd add Jason Momoa as a brother.
As a brother, just...
Yeah.
No, he's an additional dad. I'm not replacing.
No,
I'm not replacing
anyone.
anyone.
My only dad, because my dad's like so awesome.
Why have one dad when you can have two dads?
I don't know how to
I mean, there are
respond to that.
people with two dads.
If you have two dads, it's twice. No.
situation.
If you have two dads, it's twice as manly. And the only person that I know that's twice as manly as your average man is Jason.
Jason Momoa.
Jason Momoa.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for that, Jason Momoa.
Anyway, yeah, I would say that's like the thing that at least, because that was right as soon as I graduated high school. It was actually just a few days afterwards.
So
So,
is that motivation to continue to do what you guys set out to do, or is that...
for so long, I just tried to do it just for him, you know.
Yeah.
It took a while before I actually was doing it for myself.
Yeah.
Honestly. Like,
I fell into that because it's not a bad thing to happen for...
Yeah.
It's a bad thing to happen to lose someone like that, but it's not a bad thing to happen to be motivated to do something in honor or because of somebody. I lost an athlete that I coached, and there were several years I spent like trying to do things for that athlete in honor of her and like all that. And then like we accomplished so many things, and then I looked back and I just felt completely empty because I was trying to accomplish these things and it was not for me. It was not a personal thing that I wanted to accomplish. I mean, I did want to accomplish it, but like it was more just for the thought of doing it for that person so they'd be proud or whatever. And then
it's
like,
really, it can sometimes be unhealthy.
yeah.
Honestly, it got
Mine
to
was
a point,
unhealthy.
I was playing shows, and like my shows I would play a show and I'd be done, and I'd be so angry at everybody that was in the band because they weren't this other person, and I would be like, no show ever felt good enough. It was like probably 2014 before, maybe 15 before I was playing. I had to quit that band literally because of that.
Yeah.
Like after so long, I just had to stop doing it for a while and do something completely different. So.
That resonates with me a lot. Like same thing. Like that's what ultimately drove the wedge between my previous relationship that split us. It was that like nothing was ever good enough. It was like you weren't doing enough for this and because this person, and like it got to be unhealthy for me. To the point where I removed myself from it completely too. Got back into it, and now I'm not anymore. But I mean, that's a whole different ball game. I thought we were going to go down on this.
Yeah.
Because they're talking about like death and almost like depression and anxiety and things too. Like, and those are topics that are going to continue to pop up because they're so prevalent in today's culture and today's world. That's what I was going to say. I didn't really finish that thought about the American meme thing. Is like all those Vine stars had that monumental rise, and then Vine like crashed. Some of them jumped over and had some success.
Yeah.
But a lot of them now are like, the ones they interviewed are like struggling. I mean, Paris Hilton opened up about it. She was like, she's like, I didn't leave my house for months because that sex tape came out whenever, like right after The Simple Life or whatever came. You remember that?
Yeah.
You ever watched The Simple Life?
I watched it maybe an episode.
Okay.
I
or
watched
two.
it quite a bit.
Oh man, I would have been all over the place after that thing dropped. Man, that's how you make money, sponsorships.
Yeah.
Like that's like.
And then she's building a personal brand, and then this sex tape drops.
Oh, I forgot about the
Yeah,
brand.
and then that like ruined her
Well, it went
reputation and all
bad.
that.
Yeah.
And she's like, I didn't leave the house for weeks and months at a time. And she said when I did, I felt like everybody was talking about me and everybody had seen it, and it was like. But anyways, so she dealt with tons of depression and anxiety because of that, and then somehow rebounded and like, not to diminish her struggles because I'm about to. Because
I'm not to diminish her struggles, because I'm about to.
No, but like she has like 10 different businesses that all gross like 50 million a year plus, like from 50 to 300 million a year.
Whack.
Yeah, yeah. After all this, but like, you know, the come up, America and the world in general love a comeback story. It sucks to have to go through the depths of hell to get there, and for her, that's what that was. So, like I said, I'm not trying to diminish that because for her, that was the depths of hell, but the come up has been big for her. Now she's got all these businesses and she's doing all these other things, and
it's weird how she rode the wave differently because I don't really think Kim Kardashian was famous until her sex tape dropped.
she was not. Ray J made her famous.
Yeah, shouts outs Ray J for her, I guess. I don't know.
Ray J, and then like people talk a lot too about the mom, Chris, like seeing the opportunity and seizing it with that and all of the girls, like the whole family, like just seeing like what the Hiltons had done and what was it Richie was Nicole Richie, like what that and Britney Spears even, and like Christina Aguilera, like that first generation of like pop princesses that became famous for partying and all that stuff, like seeing what was going on and then catching that wave.
Can you imagine though, like what all was behind the scenes back then though?
Oh, dude.
I mean, because that was before like the Me Too movement and all that stuff.
Oh,
I mean,
dude.
I don't even want to think.
No,
I mean, what those girls probably had to go through.
Oh.
I mean, that's just.
Yeah, it's bad. I'm sure. Whack.
Whack.
Yeah.
My two favorite Twitter memes are, "I'll know it's my third day out here."
Yeah, that's so good.
And then,
dude, I don't know, man. It's only my third day out here.
And then the dude who's in the street, and he's like, his stance, whack. His style, whack.
They actually, the guy he was joking about, they actually, the Barracks, which is like a big skateboard compound, they actually had him and the guy he called out, which was a pro skateboarder, play a game of skate. I don't remember who won, but yeah, it was sick.
Me, I'm tight as fuck. I love that one. Every time I see it, I'm like, yes, I love that meme. It's so good.
Yeah. I don't know what you're talking about at all. I'm not.
You don't?
No,
Oh,
I'm
my
just
God.
smiling.
I don't know, man. It's only my third day out here.
Here we go. I'm the man. It's my third day out here.
Yeah, that's how I feel right now.
Yeah. We need to get you educated there,
Yeah,
Colby.
dude, I don't keep up with the pop culture at all. At all. All I do is music. I keep up with whatever new music's coming out, but that's it. And
I
I've
think
been
I
really
just see a
sad.
lot of the memes because of Twitter, and then who I follow. I mean, PewDiePie does meme review.
Yeah, meme review is really good. It's really something else, man.
Meme review. Did you see? This is another random tangent.
Yeah,
Did you
no, you're
see
cool.
the YouTube Rewind?
Yeah,
this year?
and he's just dumping on it.
Yeah, well, he's dumping on it, but like everybody wanted him to do like year review, right?
Yeah.
And they didn't do it.
Yeah.
They didn't even include him in it. But the PewDiePie chair meme is in the year in review.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, the PewDiePie chair meme is in it, but PewDiePie isn't. And then he didn't do the year review thing, and everybody wanted it. That's part of the reason why it has like almost. I think it's
Like six. It's like 6 million dislikes.
I think it's
right
getting
now.
closer to 8 now.
Oh,
It was
okay.
at 7 last night. It's
That
getting
means
closer
it
to-
sucks even
Yeah.
worse.
The YouTube year in review, which shout out to YouTube for putting this on your platform,
Oh yeah, shouts out to YouTube.
has like it has
Sorry.
like
Fantastic.
it has like 8
promoting
million
that.
dislikes though, because the disconnect between like what's actually happening on YouTube
Yeah.
and what YouTube is trying to promote is happening.
And
on
I
YouTube.
felt fucking bad. I felt really fucking bad that they dragged Will Smith's ass into
Oh,
that
yeah.
because he was.
you know, and then Casey Neistat. Have you not seen this either?
I'm so
No, you
lost.
haven't
I am
seen
so
it. I'm sorry.
lost.
Colby, I'm
I don't
sorry.
see any of this
Will
stuff.
Smith, I'm sorry.
You guys can keep talking.
I'm sorry,
listening.
everybody.
That's it.
No.
Casey
it was
Neistat's
just-
like K-pop.
It was just whack. It was whack.
It's whack.
I only watch
Whack.
like weird videos on YouTube, like educational videos. That's the only
Have you
thing I
ever
watch
watched?
on YouTube.
I think it's called Kurt's Kazat. Wow. You watch Philip DeFranco, don't you?
Yeah, like I have.
Okay,
I don't
well,
watch
Phil
them.
DeFranco will always pimp out Kurt's Kazat. It's like a German channel that does animations, and it's all about like, it's down your alley of like trippy like black holes and dark
Okay,
matter
cool,
and
cool.
like
Send that to
yeah.
me later.
I love dark matter. I love black holes.
Hey.
Go ahead.
Anyways, you would like it. It's down your alley of life and things.
See, I'm like stuck in this place right now where I could bring us back to the topic, or I could just continue
you
on.
should bring us back to the topic.
Okay, so I'm gonna do that then. So in terms of like things that, you know, bring kind of like negativity into your hustle, pretty much. Do you think that you see other people who do the same thing that you guys do, who quit?
Yeah.
What do you think is the breaking point for those people, and why haven't you reached that point? Is it that you think you're hardwired for success in that in some form or another?
Yes.
Because sometimes I feel
In
like
that
I'm kind
genre
of
or in
crazy.
general?
Yes.
Like, do you guys ever feel like you're insane? Like
Yes.
literally insane?
Constantly.
Like in your head, you think you are completely capable of doing this impossible task.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you know that it is possible, but it seems impossible.
Now, for me, I don't think that's hardwired in. Again, I don't think anything's hardwired in. I think that comes from my being raised by my family, and more importantly, being raised as a gymnast.
Man,
Like we do impossible
I was about
things.
to say that shit's got to be tough.
Yeah, I mean, they do impossible things.
So
Not
what
really.
kind of gymnast? Like what kind of stuff did you do? Because
I mean, anything you can name, I could do, except for probably the Iron Cross, which I could get down to there.
That sounds like a really tough German thing.
Yeah.
That I don't know anything about.
Yeah, I was actually a power tumbler, so any flips and
Okay.
twists and stuff like that, I could do. No, I won't do one now. No, I won't do one
He
on
said,
camera.
"No, I won't do one
Yeah,
now."
because I'm just gonna answer all the
Yeah.
questions.
Do
I
one
get.
later and edit it into
Yeah.
this video.
He's gonna do one at his house.
No, I'm not gonna do it.
Right
Not
Now,
happening.
there it was.
There it was. That was beautiful. Honestly,
Oh, wow, that was
I
so
loved
good.
it. I think you're
Oh,
really
you're
talented.
literally
at power
obligated to
tumbling.
go to your house in the
I'm
middle of the
totally-
night, set up all
totally-
these lights, and
No, totally not doing it. So you can expect that exactly. Never.
edit my flip in now.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna do one too.
Edit Colby's
I
flip in.
just did one.
Now.
I'm just gonna cut you guys out of the frame and like flip you in the frame.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
Works
We did a
for me.
flip. It's done. I don't think it's hardwired. I just think that
This beer's pretty good. I'm at
Shouts
tasting
out
it for
to
about
beer.
15 minutes.
I
but
know Colby. Jesus,
It's-
so
it's-
fast.
This is the only beer I've actually drank all the way through ever.
Really.
He doesn't drink beer.
Shouts outs to Hennessy and Fireball and this beer.
Okay, the beer. Yeah, the other two.
I'm trying to get sponsorships on this video, man. You want an ad? You want an ad?
Hennessy and Fireball. I don't think it's gonna happen.
Right, you should try to get it sponsored by water. It's in everything.
Wow.
Shouts outs to water. Shouts out to air.
Thanks for keeping us alive.
Shouts out to y'all.
I think I don't think it's hardwired. I think going back years and years ago. I mean, when I was 21, I helped found a gym, and I mean, I was told like all kinds of negative shit about how it wasn't going to work, and you're too young, and you shouldn't be doing this, blah blah blah. And like again, it goes back to like doubt me then watch me. And that's actually the reason why we bought the tattoo, or why I got the tattoo.
We did pay
was-
for it, right? You didn't steal
You
it.
did buy that.
pay for- I did, yes. But 4 years after we founded that gym, I ended up buying the other gym and putting them out of business, which was kind of like the side goal of what I was going to do.
Jeez.
Like,
That's like some movie.
Sorry, other Jim. Should have been more rich.
yeah. Well, we bought them, put them out of business 4 years after. 4 years after we started the other one, because like, and I knew that every day was going to be like an uphill battle and it's going to be a struggle. And you just put your nose to the grindstone and you keep going. And if you do that and you're good, if you're kind to people, if you network, if you have positive energy, and you try again every day, like good things will happen. They have to.
Yeah.
They have
And your
to.
path is positive through that. And that's what I try to remind myself. No matter what, no matter where I wind up or whatever success, I'm defining my own success. And you can always just redefine that. It doesn't,
Yep.
you don't have to define your success based on everybody else.
And I think that's where I get discouraged more than anything, is looking at other people.
It's you have to be satisfied. You have to be able to not want anything and
Yeah.
want everything at the same
And you know,
time.
it's weird too because you really have to cater your personality to benefit you the best way in situations like that. Because I'm built off those same core values. I mean, I think you should always be nice. You know,
Yeah.
I think you should network. You know, positive vibes or whatever.
Yep.
But it's like some of the places that I go to perform, you just got to go in and you got to act like you're the shit.
Larry, some of the
Like, you're
places you
literally-
perform are
yeah, dude,
scary.
like Pittsburgh, like people are outside selling crack at the show. And
No
you're
joke,
literally,
dude.
Like,
This stuff's real.
it's trying to network with them.
Yeah, it's
It's a lot
no,
different
it's
than like
crazy.
punk shows.
Yeah.
Punk shows, you'd be outside and someone would be smoking a cigarette, and then some straight edge kid would come over and kick it out of their hand. That's a punk show. Rap shows, now that I've been doing
What's that
some
one
of them,
video?
it's
You know that one
scary,
video where the guy's
man.
like, and then he kicks the phone out of the girl's. You haven't seen it?
Oh, I don't think I've seen that one.
was
Wow,
so
now I'm in the
funny.
dark.
Okay, yeah.
No, it has to be totally different. And that's like something I've learned too, is like, not that you want to fake anything, but you want to, you want to go into every
manifest it.
situation with confidence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I talk. I think part of the reason why I like talking about photo video gear and like all the geeky stuff is because I know a lot about it, and I
Yeah.
want people to know that I do, because that's what separates me from a lot of people. Is I can tell you what kind of cameras are good for what things and what settings you need to do to get one thing or another, photo or video. And I'm going to do that confidently because I want people to know that I can do that.
Yeah.
To separate myself, but like that's more me positioning myself as not an expert, but like as someone who knows what they're doing. But then also like I'll ask like, hey, what does that camera do? What does this do? And be humble and be kind about it and ask for information from people. I definitely don't want to go to Pittsburgh and get sold crack though.
Yeah, Pittsburgh. Well, no, he didn't sell me crack. He sold his
He's
peers
outside
and
selling
acquaintances crack.
Everybody.
Yeah,
Okay. Everybody. Crack is not for everybody.
not me. Yeah.
Crack's not for anybody.
Crack is whack. Kids.
Crack is whack, kids.
I don't know. Where were we?
Bush did 9/11.
So we were talking about things and stuff. And,
Stuff and
I'm just
things.
kidding. We were talking about basically just how negative things can get in your
Okay,
path
yes.
and kind of distract you.
How to get past
And
it.
that's
You
really
gotta
all
cut
that it
'em
is.
off.
It's just a distraction. You just have to not look
Exactly,
at it for so
yeah.
long.
Ignore it,
Can you
cut it
tell
off.
me who said this quote? Let me
Yeah,
make sure I get it right.
Probably not.
Yeah,
Okay, where's Joe Huck when we need him?
I'm ready.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, he cited all his sources.
Obstacles are the scary things that you see when you take your eyes off of the prize.
Dude,
The host of Survivor.
are you kidding me?
I'm just kidding. I didn't even listen to the quote.
That's the motto for Tardigrade Farms, Colby.
Brad Farms, oh Lord.
Say it again.
Obstacles are the scary things you see when you take your eyes off of either the prize or the goal. I can't remember what the exact quote is.
Obstacles are the scary thing that you see.
You take your eyes off of.
I mean,
Helen
that's
Keller.
entirely
That
true.
was Helen Keller, dude.
But
I remember that.
oh my God.
Dude, no, I remember it.
Let's,
you can
let's
laugh
leave that
all you
one there.
want. Yeah, so,
Drop that one. And here's where I'm blanking. It was either Walt Disney or it was Henry Ford, and I think it was Henry Ford, but I could be wrong.
Well,
And
I mean, it would make more sense if it was Henry Ford because he could be talking about driving cars.
I'm sure someone in the comment hopefully
Obstacles.
will like roast
Yeah.
me on that one. But
Walt
Yeah,
Ford.
they always do. Matt always says once a week. Matt says something incorrect, and someone tells us what it is.
We need your
But-
Where?
knowledge.
I
But
should
like
see those.
like you said, like a slave that one week.
oh yeah, but that was like
girl
directly
was
to
like,
you, right?
That girl was like, it's like a stone.
Like a stone.
And then she was like, tell
You
Matt
know.
Brinker he's wrong.
Dang.
Yo, I am the first to admit when I'm wrong about things. I do not I like being right, but if I'm wrong,
You guys know those people in life that like you can't call them by one name, their first name or their last name. You just have to call them
both.
both.
Matt Brinker?
Matt Brinker is
Lil
one of those
Jimmy.
people. Lil James.
Shouts
His
out Lil
name's
Jimmy.
James.
people do call me Matt Brinker a lot.
Shouts out
Or just
T-Rubs.
my last
Even
name.
that little boy at the bar the other day. I was sitting over here at 6
That
Cents,
little boy
and
at the
There was
bar.
this little boy.
Literally like 3 or 4 years old.
He was over here the other
His mom
day.
was here hanging out.
Hammered.
She's,
Yeah.
She's
It
here all the
was-
time.
it
She's
was-
gonna watch this. Shout out to you.
Yeah.
Melissa.
Hey.
I'm
Yeah.
kidding. Actually, shout out to you.
But he called him Matt Brinker.
Yeah.
And
And
that's
we don't know
hilarious.
how, other than maybe
watched
she'd
the
watched the
podcast.
podcast and he'd heard it on the podcast.
Yeah, Matt
Because he's
Brinker,
never
thank you.
heard my last name in person at all. so
Subscribe to Matt Brinker.
Please don't.
Yeah.
I'm not worth following. Just kidding.
But honestly, like in advice-wise, what would you tell me or someone else who's watching? Like, just what would you guys suggest? I mean, we all have different paths and stuff. So what helps you, and do you think would help other people?
Okay, I had an epiphany the other day. So I was pretty drunk, right? And everybody was at my house, and it was for our Friendsgiving that we did
Oh,
for
Lord.
Thanksgiving, right?
Can't wait to hear this.
And basically, everybody
sounds
was
like it's a bad story for
just
Colby.
like fucking around or whatever, and we were all chilling.
We were all trying to pick you up off the floor.
Yeah, and I was like,
What it was.
whoa. I was like, blackout drunk. Some of our friends were
Binge drinking
blackout
is not
drunk
healthy,
on the
kids.
floor dying. While they
Binge
were on the
drinking is
floor
not healthy.
dying, yeah. I ran over and grabbed my phone and just pulled up YouTube and played the Arthur theme song. Listen, no, it's weird, right? And
Yeah.
it's like I don't know, for some reason I was like just drunk listening to the song. I thought it was funny because the other people were throwing up all over the ground and I had Arthur playing in the background or
Binge
whatever.
drinking is not healthy, kids.
But listen,
terrible.
Ziggy Marley says in the song, you got to believe in yourself from the start. And I feel like it's manifestation of yourself. And I feel like the reason people get to the point where they need to get is because they believe in themselves.
It took a
super different.
hard
Yeah,
right turn in
no.
Albuquerque,
It was weird
bro.
too because I was like drunk. Like
But that's the thing. Like you can tell yourself that you're destined, and you're destined for greatness.
Exactly.
And your life will be defined by greatness.
Yeah.
Simply by doing things great. That's
Yeah.
it. That's all you have to do.
and
I know who this one is actually. You are what you repeatedly do. Excellence then is not an act but a habit.
yeah,
That's from Aristotle. That's I don't know how long ago that was, but
BCs.
yeah, a long time
BCs
ago.
and BCs.
This philosopher said that, and you're right. It's like manifesting greatness by being great in the little things that you do. It's,
I mean, that's all you have to do. If you want to be the best, just be the best.
it's pouring the beer better every time. If one has too much foam, I try to make sure the next one's better. It's if I didn't like this piece of this clip, I do the next one better, whether it be shooting or editing or whatever it is. It's looking back at these podcasts and trying to make sure that I'm more prepared or whatever it is. Like the conference, it's just constantly better, trying to improve. But then also, when you said it earlier, it's like the dichotomy of both sides. It's pulling from both ends. It's wanting nothing but wanting everything. It's here we go again. I'm not gonna say his name. Somebody that we know who I'm talking about is
Buddha.
says it's pulling from both ends. It's clouds and dirt. It's pulling from both ends. It's humility and bravado.
I know where you're going
Yeah,
with
Jesus
that.
said that.
I don't think
Jesus
modern
know
day
where you're
social
going
media
with this.
Jesus said that.
Modern day social media Jesus.
Dude, that should be. Oh, I gotta tweet that at him. I should tweet that at him.
You know who you are, modern day social media Jesus.
But it really is. It's pulling from both ends. It's both of the things that create the balance that allow you to get where you need to go. And I think that I don't know. I think you're right. It's the day to day, like doing small things in a great way, so that eventually you can do great things in a
Well,
big way.
I can't look at your life and say, man, I want to be a great videographer, because I'm not putting any effort towards being a great videographer.
Yeah, where were you this morning?
You know? Yeah, exactly. That's
Eating
what I'm
wings.
saying, though. You know what I mean? It's like
No-
if you
no
want to do
actual
something
shade, no
great.
actual shade.
Yeah, I bet.
Actual shade.
No, actual
It's
shade.
just
Three.
it's just like
Two.
it's
One.
I'm not sure he's
what
whispering
effort-
in the microphone, but I don't like it.
Hey,
yeah, I know. We'll not hear
me,
it
your
till
friend.
later.
Yeah. It's quiet enough that we can't really make it out here. And,
Yeah.
and
And then we're
Making
talking at the
out
same time, so it's hard.
getting weird.
Oh man, but yeah, I don't know what we were saying because I'm paying more
it said
attention.
you said like, you can't look at my life and want to be a great videographer,
Right.
Because you're not putting the effort.
And
in
that's
to do
the
it.
thing. Like people have to realize that, and also I don't come from the same background you come from,
Yeah.
and that's the same with anything. You have to realize that everybody's path is literally going to be entirely different. It's as unique as your fingerprint.
Yep.
And you have to say, I'm capable of doing what I want to do, and I want that because that's my path.
Yep. And the question you asked him before we went on our latest little tangent was, how do you deal with, overcoming wanting to quit or wanting to give up, whatever it is? And I think like just knowing your end goal, man. Like knowing your North Star and what it is, what your end goal is, where you want to be. I picked up videography about two I don't know, somewhere 2.5 years, whatever it is, something like that, because I want to be able to travel the world and see the world before I die.
Yeah.
And hopefully it's with somebody I care about.
Me.
I'd like to, honestly, like right now, I'd love to like road trip around the United States with my dogs,
Dude.
honestly.
Yeah. Yeah.
That would make me happy, like road tripping around, seeing the United States.
Not me with your dogs.
Yeah.
But like
Your
just
dog's with us to New York next month.
I don't know about that.
Hey, man.
he's
No, we got
promoting
like
his.
no, yeah, we're going.
I totally,
Look, I booked a tour bus. Well, it's like 15.
yeah.
It's like a 15-person bus. I'm Airbnb in the place. You want to come shoot some cool videos? We got like a 14-person couch.
The 14-person couch.
Oh
What the
yeah,
world is
dude.
that?
You know how big of a podcast you can have on a 14-person
a
couch?
huge podcast. In
Huge.
trying to bribe our last guest to not skip out on us, I told last guest they could bring their dog.
Oh
and
yeah, the
all
one that
kinds of
didn't,
things.
the one that didn't come today.
I
Yeah,
could have
it's
brought
okay.
Hamilton, and I didn't even know.
I didn't know he had a dog,
Yeah,
dude.
dude, he has a cool dog.
Yeah.
Anyways,
he's got
I
lots
tried to
of
bribe
toes.
them, and they will remain unnamed. But I hope they watch this and
It's
they feel
okay.
shade and guilt and everything. No, I'm kidding. No, I don't care. It's right. This is not for everybody, and I get that. And I just, anyways.
See, and that's the thing. Like, yeah, there's so many people that, I mean, I don't like to speak at all in front of people.
I love public speaking.
I love singing
public
in front of
speaking.
people, and I like performing and acting and those things.
Yeah.
I can do that fine. It's the second that I have to say something, I'm so nervous I'm going to say something weird because I say such weird things all the time.
He's not
And like
even
I'm
weird.
kind of
again, man. Cool. In front of the microphone.
I'm like socially awkward in certain ways in that way of saying weird stuff. So I just
Your
like
beard's
I
weird.
can't speak into the
I don't
mic.
think you really said any weird stuff here. This
Your
is a
beard's
social
weird.
setting. We've got
Right.
2 people in the audience watching us. Shout out to you
Shouts
guys.
out to Joe.
Yeah.
And
Shouts
then
out.
it's the 3 of us. Like, this is public speaking.
Yeah, I just that's always something like going up and presenting something at
Yeah.
school was always the worst.
I hated that because I was always BSing it because I never actually did the work.
Same.
Because I didn't give a shit about it. But if it's something I care about or I'm passionate about, what you'll see is you'll see, I think we talked about it last week or maybe the week before, that unlock of self-consciousness, that flow state, that just speaking becomes easy, it becomes fluent, it becomes eloquent, it becomes
just practiced.
It moves. And because if it's something that I know it's like you know the words that are going to come out before they come out, and they come out clearly and eloquently because you're ready for them to come out because you're in that state.
Yeah.
And you're good at it. You're good at projecting that. You're good at speaking that. That's things that you know and things you've talked about before and things you care about is how you get there. But I guess to wrap up, I don't know if I answered the question. I think dealing with wanting to quit and wanting to give up or whatever is a very personal thing for everybody. It's very different for everybody. But I think like you need to know who you are and what you want, first of all. You've got to reverse engineer the whole thing. Who am I? What do I want? Why am I doing this?
Who am I?
And I don't know what you said. If I don't know that, then I'm going to get sidetracked. And if I get sidetracked, then I'm going to see all the negativity. I'm going to compare myself to other people, and I'm going to have issues, and I'm going to want to quit, or I'm going to get depressed, or I'm going to get anxious, or whatever it may be. So I think, in my own personal experience and what I've talked to with other people, like reverse engineering what you want out of life and where you want to be in 10 and 20 years is what you need to do. And that's what I've done here recently is, last couple of years is reverse engineer it. I want a life that I can take with me anywhere and I can make money and have fun and see the world, which is why I picked all this up. It's why I put in the work. That's why I completed that video Sunday. I delivered it, and I have a little bit of a kind of a hangover from that right now. Like, all the high of delivering it, and today's kind of a hangover. And it's like, okay, what's next? What's going to get me to where I want to go?
Yeah. And
I think those hangovers are easy to get hung up on, but if you just look at, okay, what do I need to do now to get where you need to go? I think that's really how you get past those things from personal
That and
experience. At least.
consistency. Yeah.
We are up against it again, so we'll say it now before we get in there. You can find us on all of our social media links down the bottom. I will remember to link Aidan and this one because I forgot last time.
Here.
Thanks, buddy. I'll link all of us where we
I know
need to.
YouTubers
Anything
do
else
that.
relevant?
Here,
if you
up
guys,
here.
it's actually I think it's there in the actual video if you want to do it up there. But if you guys like and subscribe, share, whatever, we love and appreciate all of that, and we thank you guys for that so much. And hopefully you got something from this. We have another guest next week, and then we're going to take 2 weeks, and we're going to be just you and I. Thank you so much for being here. Absolutely. Thank you for pinch hitting because our pupper friend did not get to come.
Yeah, and Larry, we appreciate you.
Hey, I appreciate all of you, all of our wonderful, faithful viewers. You can find me on everything at Larry Dickens Rap. You can catch Lort Radio tonight at 9 o'clock since this is dropping tomorrow.
Ooh, we got to get this up early then if we can. What was this coin?
Ice on his
Is this
neck.
how we ended?
Ice on my neck.
And also, just one last thing I want to say is, back to the topic. If you feel like you want to quit,
Cut your
the
dreads.
things that are
Cut your dreads
that are making you feel
Dreads
like
and
you want
dreads.
to quit, just don't quit. Don't ever quit.
Keep going. You never know
quitting
which,
is whack.
the next door that you knock on might be the one that you needed.
Yeah.
So don't give
Yeah,
up. Because
you might not even know you're knocking on doors for real.
That's
Like
true.
you could just be dropping shit for the hell of it,
That's
and then
true.
next thing you know, you got doors knocking on you, and that shit hurts. So watch out.
Actually, it's great when it's like actual people, but actual doors are terrible.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, actual doors knocking on you, oak doors, any type of fucking hardwood. Don't let that fucking shit knock on you, America.
I'm pretty sure the camera's just cut again. What did we think about last week? Leaving it rolling at the end. Were you cool with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you even listen that far?
Leave it
Yeah.
rolling at the end.
Wait,
for
you
me,
played? Hang on,
from
wait.
America.
At the end of the
When it
video,
Toy
blacked
Story
out
4
last
is
week,
coming out.
I
You
kept
you
it
put it in
rolling.
the video.
Yeah.
I didn't watch that far.
See, Colby,
I watched the
you
whole
are
thing.
in this.
No, I
just
watched the
shouted
whole
out
thing.
Toy Story 4,
Hang
so
on.
you have to
I
do
watched the whole thing, but my phone was like
Shouts
I
out to
wasn't
Rig.
listening, or I wasn't watching. I
Riggs.
was
You were listening. Okay.
Forgot
Well,
that.
the
Yes, I
last
didn't
like
see it.
minute was us talking with
Shouts
the
out.
cameras off.
Colby
He's
Likens.
whispering in. I hope he knows that all the
Shouts
tracks
out.
are separated, so I
Maybe
can
you
just
turn it up.
I can just delete his track.
I never even thought my track would be
I can
separated.
delete his track.
Separation
All right,
of
guys,
track and
I think the
state.
cameras might be off. I think Aidan might have
Cameras
actually saved
off.
us though. So thank you guys so much for watching. We appreciate it. Love.
Thank you guys. Love, peace, Dickens chickens later.
Diggins